concomitantly the inputs required. Say, for example, in case of textile sector, we don't have sufficient number of designers in India. Tirupur is a place where we don't have high-end designer, not a single designer, high-end single designer. They have to rely on international designers for any kind of international product. So which is costly, which is rare, and government has started a scheme of creating of design studios in all such clusters with the help of NID recently, but that will take some time. I'm sure these inputs are effective.
A real 60-second response. 30 seconds, okay. There is a system in place, and as far as if I can share the experience SIDBI brings in, because we are into microcredit in a big way. We have a SIDBI Foundation for Microcredit. We are working on responsible microfinance agenda along with World Bank. There is a lender forum which has already come in shape, and they are discussing several things. And if you have read one part of the story, you should have read the other part where our FM has told like things are, the system is in place, it is being strengthened. So I think there's no going back.
Jagat, you wanted to say a word, huh? A word.
I mean, this is the Indian way of doing work. See, we have had more serious crisis in the past than this microfinance crisis. We had a huge crisis in IT when there was a default by one company. It's not a systemic failure. Microfinance is also not a systemic failure. And we had a huge bank, another fraud in housing finance, but it is also a one-off. It's not impacted. In fact, I think microfinance is like growing up and it will grow. So, in fact, I would appeal whenever you hear any such story, just send a mail to all of us, and we will give you a clarification.
Yeah, the last question is about, you want to respond that?
No, you see, market-led, what's happening is there is a huge demand, and therefore industries are coming into, doing well in clusters and becoming competitive. So it's demand-led. Government support is not really reaching to the firms in India. The government support is more in terms of trying to set up infrastructure. That also, I don't think it's very successful. And India's success is actually private sector-led success. Today, if you see top 500 companies of India, they were all SMEs, and they did not receive much government support. And in fact, particularly after the opening of Indian economy like 1991, but truly from 1995 onwards, when the Indian economy opened, it has been a completely private sector-led growth. In 1991, our foreign exchange reserves were $0.5 billion, 0.5. And this year it is $276 billion. It's all private sector-led and market-led development. Government support to private firms is not so high.
Thank you very much for this patient listening. I think we had a brilliant elocution from all the four presenters here. I would not like to dwell too much into now clusters and not want to sort of summarize it at all, because it's been done quite well. But I do recall that some 20-30 years there was a lot of talk about our major problem in the country is the high population. And today when I hear from Mr. Jagat Shah, probably we were working hard to make the future successful, quote unquote. So who succeeds, who loses, who knows? Things keep changing. There are lessons to be drawn in this sort of journey that we all are undertaking. And clusters does seem to provide a lot of potential for this growth. And as we are growing, we are certainly attributing a lot of successes to a lot of reasons and causes. But as we keep learning, we keep working on them. And as we keep working on them, hopefully we keep moving ahead and, I don't know, creating more successes or more problems, who knows. Thank you very much.
Small token of appreciation from our side. Dr. R.K. Singh, Amit, Mukesh, Jagat, thank you. And Dr. R.K. Singh, please. Thank you, so kind of you. And yes, for the previous session, I think we needed to give a few gifts to people who were there in the previous session for the Learning Cafe, for really making a contribution to the event. So, Alberto. Richard, I can't see Richard Walker here. Oh, yes. Cecilia, yes, thank you. And Maranilla, yes, so she's there. Raleigh, there is a big guy. And last, of course, and we have Patricia here on the right in the white suit. Yes. And last but not the least, Anna Kopi for really putting it together. Thanks a lot, Anna, for all this. Thank you. Okay, just a couple of quick announcements for the tour tomorrow. We'll start the media cluster thing very early in the morning. We'll start at 7:15. So what we are doing is we are going to be picking up people from 4 different locations. So we'll pick up people from the Marriott. We'll start from the Marriott at 7:15 in the morning for the media cluster tour, which goes to Noida. We'll reach Westin at 7:30. So we have friends from Senegal who are staying at the Westin. We'll come and pick you up at 7:30. We'll not be in a position to wait, otherwise we'll get into huge traffic snarls. Then we'll pick up people from MDI. There are some people who are staying at Jukaso and places nearby. So we'll be here at MDI at the reception at 7:45. We'll pick up people from the club, the DLF club at 8 o'clock for the media cluster tour and go straight off to Noida, which will be another an hour and a half, about a 90-minute ride from here. And then we start the trip with, if I'm not wrong, Z. Sure, so that's where we do that trip. For the auto cluster tour, we'll start at 8:30 in the morning. So we start from the Marriott at 8:30. We'll pick up people from Westin at 8:45, MDI at 9 o'clock, and club at 9:15. And then, of course, there are people who are interested in meeting people from the Genpact. We'll start that trip at 9 o'clock. And so we'll pick up people, 8:45 from Marriott, Westin at 9, club at 9:30, and then MDI at 10 o'clock. Sure, that's how it is going to be. So let's do that. In fact, I'll shoot off emails across to all of you in the evening specifying the times when we'll pick you up, and look forward to having you in on the cluster tours. And so one small request, there are a lot of people who've decided to go for this Delhi trip, or Delhi by night. We are leaving in next 5 minutes. The bus number, there are multiple buses there. So the bus that you have to take is DL1P0030. The bus number is 0030. So where you have to go, so what will happen is they'll take you around the place, they'll take you to Humayun's tomb, they'll take you to Qutub Minar. I would suggest that please rush out because Qutub Minar closes at 5:30. The last tickets are sold at 5:30, so it'll be great if we can just move out fairly quickly. So, thank you.